Liam, big comeback win on Saturday night over at Barrow in the Betfred Championship. How has that result impacted confidence around the group?
I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. Obviously we were happy after the game, winning in those circumstances, but obviously looking back on it, pretty critical of ourselves and how we got ourselves into that position in the first place, and that's twice in 2 games where we've given ourselves a mountain to climb, and once we nearly did it, and this time we managed to get ourselves over the line. So yeah, not a position that we want to be in every single week, but nice to know that we can do it.
Does it show improvement week on week? Like you say, you fell short just against Toulouse, but then to finally get over the line, it shows an upward trajectory.
I think it shows a lot of the traits that we've been getting better all season. We have not put a full 80-minute performance together yet this season. We're getting it in larger chunks as we keep improving, but we've got to keep going on that upward spiral and improving the amount of minutes that we're playing well for. Regardless of opposition, we need to get our job right, and that's been our main focus for the last 2 or 3 weeks.
To go down to 12 men, obviously we've seen today Widdop's escaped a ban, got a couple of debutants in, new faces, new combinations, but to see them come over the line, and again we keep talking about building momentum and building these combinations. Do you feel like you saw another step forward from that?
Yeah, and it's always chopping and changing, especially combinations on edges makes it difficult, as you saw with a couple of tries we conceded at the weekend, with one on the right edge with Tibbs slotting back in there after a couple of weeks off, and then obviously a new combination on the left, the first try with Charlie and Ned playing together for the first time. It's not that nice scenario that you want where the same personnel are going out week after week, but that's the game. A lot of it's the modern game, chopping and changing the team and the way the game is at the minute, and we've got to be better at adapting to it.
Come through unscathed in terms of bans. Any injuries to report from that game at Barrow?
No, just knocks and niggles as usual. Obviously at this stage of the season every team's the same. So a couple of players get patched up every week to go out there and perform, and again that shows the toughness of all the rugby league players. I'm sure Wakefield will be in a similar boat at the minute, as most teams are, but yeah, some players showing a fair bit of grit and determination to get out there week after week, and the pressures and the rigours that Championship rugby puts you under.
Talking about players going through it and putting the hands up for the team, Adam O'Brien seems to make a good comeback from his injury. It looks like he might be ready to reclaim a place in the team. Obviously Brandon Douglas has been an absentee the last couple of weeks. Ben Crook's still a couple of weeks away, as I think you said previously. Any updates on those guys that have been long-term sidelinees?
Yeah, OB obviously he's come back in the last 2 games. Unfortunately got a concussion in the Toulouse game, but he looked sharp at Barrow last week. Nice to see him getting somewhere back, enjoying his rugby. And the other long-termers, it's bad news for Brandon. He's re-injured his thumb, which is devastating for him as a bloke. So he'll be on the sidelines for the foreseeable future. Crooksy's on the mend. Again, it's still indefinite, but we're hoping he's out of his boot now. We're hoping he can start some serious rehab now. And Tom's just it's just a time thing for Tom with his jaw. He's just got to wait for the bone to heal, so it'll be another month or so yet.
Moving on to this Sunday then, the table toppers, the unbeaten, I'm going to call them the Wildcats. They're not the Wildcats obviously anymore. Wakefield Trinity, a club you know very much about. You've done your homework on them. How good have they been this year?
Well, yeah, they're obviously 1895 Cup winners, and they're sat comfortably at the top of the table unbeaten. So they're a tough challenge. It's no real secret what they're about. They've got full-time players who are big, strong, and powerful, and it takes some handling. It takes some dealing with for 80 minutes. For any team against them, they can compete with most Super League teams, but like I keep saying, it ain't about them, it's about us and how we perform for long periods. And if we get that our performance right for anywhere near 80 minutes, we'll challenge them and give ourselves an opportunity. And ultimately, that's what we're going to be about, and we're going to give our best shot and see see if we can trouble them in areas that we've identified, and if we do that, I'm confident we can make it a game and take it to the latter stages and give ourselves a chance to win.
Your mentality's just got to be there, be positive, and a lot of teams fear these full-time teams, but have you just got to go there with a positive attitude and really apply yourselves and put your stamp on the game?
Our mentality's got to be the same whether we're playing Wakefield Trinity, Wigan Warriors, or, well, no disrespect, someone in League One. You know, we're trying to build that mentality where the opposition are irrelevant. Yes, it takes you longer to break down a good team than it does a weaker team, but that shouldn't change how you approach the game, and that's a mentality we'll take.
When going up against the full-time team, the unbeaten side, how important is it to have your fans in tow, in numbers and in full voice to make sure that they get behind the boys and, like you say, push them all the way to the end?
Yeah, it's always important. I say it every week. You know, we appreciate the fans and massively appreciate the ones that went up to Barrow last week, and glad that we got the win for them that travelled up there and in entertaining fashion, albeit heart attack style fashion. But yeah, we appreciate the support, and obviously come and get behind the lads in what will be a tough challenge, but one that we're more than up for.